and welcome back to my channel. Today I am on with a really exciting project. I was invited to take part in Tiffany Solorio's Scrap Your Heart Out YouTube hop. And this was really exciting for me. And I'm really grateful to have been selected to take part in it. It's for National Scrapbooking Day, which is on May the 2nd. And there's a group of crafters that have created some videos for this YouTube hop, which are showing projects, obviously, in relation to scrapbooking. And I believe that there's going to be a live YouTube hop tomorrow, the 2nd. Again, that's going from Tiffany's channel. So obviously all the details will be in the description box below, with all of the details of those taking part. And hop on over to Tiffany's channel if you haven't already been there, to take a look at not only today's hop but also what's going on tomorrow. So, as I say, we were to create something for National Scrapbooking Day. Now, I love scrapbooks and I love scrapbooking layouts. I make mini albums, but I'm not always great at putting the photos in. But what I do like making is 3D altered projects for photos. So, I was inspired by this, which doesn't look very inspiring, however. It is actually just a cardboard hoop that I found in my local Asda supermarket. I went in around sort of Shrove Tuesday time, and they were selling frying pans, obviously for Pancake Day. And these were stacked between the frying pans to sort of keep the frying pans up off of the non-stick surfaces. And there were a few of them lying round on the shelves. So I asked a member of staff if I could take a couple, and she said absolutely. Looked at me a bit crazy, like I'd gone bonkers, but that's fine. So I took a few. So I've used this. I've also used this paper pad, which is, I think it's an old Kaiser Craft one. I got it in a charity shop. I think I paid £1 or so for it in a charity shop. And I loved it because I love all the soft colours, and I really like that wood grain effect in there. There were a few pages missing when I got it, but on the whole, most of the pad was there. I'm using this paper pad at the moment for my Smash That Small paper pad. This is the pad that I'm using for that. So I thought it would be good to sort of use up some of this paper, and it's in the colour scheme that I really liked, so I used that. I also used one of these. I got these, they were reduced to 50p in the works, so I've used one of those. And then I have used various sort of elements from around my craft room. I found a few metal pieces and some wooden pieces, and I've used those. And I'll show you what I've created. So this is what I've created. I took this beautiful photo of my gorgeous daughter. This was taken a few years ago now. She's nearly 21 now, but she doesn't look an awful lot different actually. But I absolutely loved this photo because I loved her eyes in it. I think she's just got the most beautiful eyes. She's a beautiful girl. So I took the frame and I painted it with an indigo blue all over. And then I put some crackle medium on it, and I painted over it in this sort of blue colour. It's sort of like a grey blue colour, and it's actually a colour I mixed. I took a pale sort of duck egg blue colour that I'd got, and I just put a little bit of grey and a bit of the indigo blue in it to make it match with this paper on the inside here. Left that one to dry, and obviously it crackled, and I got a really gorgeous crackle effect all over this frame. I love it. And then I layered on the inside with some of the paper from the patterned paper pad, and obviously it's only a 6x6 paper pad, so I just cut strips and I inked all around the edges, so that actually you see where I've joined the paper pieces, and I quite like that because I think it adds to that shabby sort of look. In the background, it has got a sheet of the wood-grained paper, and I did do some stenciling with a little bit of texture paste just in the background there, and I went around the edges with a little bit of ink, a brown ink, just to add a bit of shadowing and texture, and I did the same all the way around the back of the frame, again to add that shadowing and shading in the background. I've then used some of the paper pads. This was like a piece that a pop out. It was like a scalloped border pop out from the paper pad. So I took that out and then I just sort of concertinaed it so that it could wrap around the edge of the photo there. And the photo I have matted onto a piece of dark blue cardstock that sort of matches that indigo blue that I've used in the background there. And I have popped everything up with some layers of cardboard, because this frame is quite thick, but also because I like all the different varying layers. I think that adds to the sort of depth and the dimension in the piece. So yeah, I did that. I took one of these frames, it came from a little pack of chipboard frames from the pound shop that I got around Christmas time, and I've just gone over it with a little bit of the gold, and I've brushed over it with a little bit of the blue ink, just to sort of vintage it and shabby it up a little bit. I've taken a wooden swirl and I've painted that in the indigo blue that I used on the frame. And then I've got this little pen nib charm that, again, I've just aged it a little bit by going over it with paint and then sort of rubbed that back while it was still wet, so that you've got some of the paint sitting in the crevices, and it's just made it look a little bit more vintage. I've also taken some sprigs that I've just die cut from some green paper that I jelly printed, and I have glued those in here and there on the background. And over the top here I've put a really pretty little metal piece that I'd got in my stash, and this little wooden die cut of a silhouette of a lady, and again I painted that with the indigo blue and dry brushed over the top with some of the blue and a little bit of the gold. In the background here I have used a little birdcage wooden piece, and I've gone over it with a gilding pen, and then I've just put some of the paper from this paper pack into the background there, just to make it stand out a little bit, and so that you could see it from the background a little bit more. I've got some wooden heart pieces. I took the largest one that I'd got, and I just again vintaged that up a little bit with a little bit of ink and a little bit of the paint, and I just used my fingers just to put a little bit of that on, so it was quite light, but it just took some of the starkness of the white away. And over the top of that I have glued a metal piece, a bronze metal piece, and again I'd gone over that with a little bit of the gold, just to give that a bit of a gold luster. This Hello Beautiful came from the paper pack, and I've cut that out and rounded the corners, and I've just gone around the edge with some chipped sapphire distress ink, and that's the same ink that I've used around the edge of the photo. I've got these little stones in my gem stash, so I've put a few on the sentiment piece, and then there's one tucked in down the back there. And then I've also used some of my handmade paper flowers here and there, with a few little gems and things tucked in about. I've got this little tiny key charm, which I just thought was super cute, and this wooden arrow right at the back there, that I painted again with the indigo blue colour. And underneath all of that I've tucked a little tag again from the paper pack, and I just tied a little bit of white and blue cotton twine onto the back there. And then I took the gold bow, which is this one, and I painted it with the indigo blue, and then I went over it with the pale blue, and then I've rubbed everything back and really, really shabbied that up, and then just brushed over here and there with a bit of the gold to make that look really vintagey. My daughter's name's Lauren, so I'd got these epoxy stickers in my stash, and I found one with an L. I just went around the edge with a black alcohol marker just to get rid of the raw white edge on that, and then I've just offset that slightly so it's not dead center. And that's my piece that I've made for this hop. I really, really love it. I think it's something a little bit different, and it shows that you don't always have to scrap on a on a page or in a book. You can scrap on anything, anything that sparks your imagination. And for me, these plain cardboard hoops, as soon as I saw them, I knew that this was the sort of thing that I wanted to do. Almost use them like a shadow frame, but I wanted to put a picture of my daughter. So I will probably do the other one at some point with a picture of my younger daughter, and then I will have matching pictures to put up in my lounge. So I hope that you've enjoyed a look at what I have created for National Scrapbooking Day. Don't forget that this is a hop, and do go along down to the next person in the list and see what other amazing things have been created. I'm sure there's going to be a fantastic amount of inspiration for you all out there today. And I just want to say a huge thank you to Tiffany for allowing me to take part. My channel is very new. I only started right at the very end of last year, so I haven't got tons and tons of subscribers, so it was taking a little bit of a chance, and I really appreciate the opportunity. So thank you so much, and I hope that you've all enjoyed it. If you did, please do consider subscribing to my video, and if you hit that bell icon, it'll mean that you'll get a notification each time I upload a new crafty video. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you all again very soon. Bye for now.